So I was thinking about something major that I'm going through lately. I want to talk about, and that's acceptance. You know, there's this thing that I haven't done my whole life, and that's really just truly, genuinely accept myself for exactly who it is that I am. And it's been one of the most incredible, enlightening experiences that I've ever been in. You know, the last 2 weeks I had to go through something where I struggled with, relapsing again, and it's been a journey of mine throughout this whole thing of recovery where there's been times where I run back to what my normal is. My normal is this chaos place. I can experience all these different types of emotions, whether it's happiness or whether it's sadness. But when those emotions are gone, I come back to this place of chaos, and that's my normal. That's where I'm used to being because my whole life that's what I've accepted as true. And so lately, I was worried a lot about people's judgments. That's something that's affected me my whole life, whether it be with relationships with friends, people, anybody that I come across. I'm always worried about what they're thinking. I always assume that I know even what they're thinking. And what I realized when I really dove deep into that is what I think that they're thinking are my thoughts that I think of myself. The negative thoughts that I think of myself, I assume that others are thinking according to their actions. So if somebody is being a little bit standoffish, instead of thinking about what their day is or what they're going through, I think that it's my problem that they're going through that they're experiencing some sort of problem with me, and that's why they're acting so standoffish. And so it really puts this blocker in my way where I'm really able to even kind of see people so for what they're going through and who they are. But I had this experience where I was coming back to this recovery home and I relapsed again. I failed again. And what I looked at, like, in my eyes, and I'm like, what are the people that are there going to think of me? They're going to look at me. They either have faith in me for the things that I do, but now how are they going to really look at me because I failed again? I come back and I give 100%, and all of a sudden I run away. And it really put me in this state of terror, and it put me in this state of great anxiety, And I'm like, how do I deal with this anxiety? I started to have this panic attack, almost where I was hyperventilating. Like, what are these people gonna think? How are they gonna judge me? And when I really dove deep into why I was having these panic attacks, regardless of what people are thinking, is because I put so much value on what people think of me because I don't think of me. So when somebody says or has this idea or construct of who that I am, I use it for my own self to establish who that I am. And I always have been tailoring myself in my relationships with people, whether it be friend or spouse or son or father. I've always tailored myself to what I think that other people expect me to be, And that's never truly, genuinely who I am. It's the representation of Michael that I'm showing you. It's not the true, genuine me. And what I realized is this, is when I look deep into my heart, and this took me a couple of days really to really genuinely get it. But when I look deep into my heart, I know who I am. I am confident, I'm caring, I'm patient, I work hard, I'm perseverant, I don't give up on myself. Those are all the qualities, not all of them, but those are a short list of qualities who I think that Michael is. I'm giving, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I try to work through problems. I don't like to fight, any type of arguments or things. I would rather sort things out. And I like self-growth. Okay, so I know that. And that's what's true in the deepest parts of me. So if I know that, now that it took a couple of days to find those things out, I created this image in my head of myself. Like, I cemented an image in my head of who I really am, according to me, according to my relationship with myself. And as soon as I did that, and even though it took 2 days and I constructed this image of me, it was one of the most freeing experiences that I've ever been, because what I did after that, I said, okay, I'm going to accept this version of who I think that I am, who I know that I am. I don't need to think, because it's not a think where this thing is. My thoughts are all over the place. They're all jumbled. But in my heart and in my stomach, in my gut, I know who I am. And these things connected. It resonated with what my truth is, And I'm like, I'm gonna accept that, because that's really genuinely who I am. And in my disease and in my alcoholism and in my addiction, those characteristics, those flaws, those character defects, those aren't me. Those are a problem that I need to fix, but those aren't genuinely who Michael is. And so as long as I knew that, as long as I know that, and I can hold on to that, then I have a starting point of where I need to go. And if I do have these flaws, then I can work on fixing them, but knowing that they're not part of genuinely who I am, so they can be shedded off. People's judgments after that shouldn't and couldn't and wouldn't even matter, because if somebody was to say, Michael, you fucked up, like, I really, even if they were thinking of me and they're just like, I don't really think good of you, I think that you're not a caring person, I think that you're full of shit, I think that, well, those are your thoughts. And you know what? You have the right to have those thoughts. They're yours. They belong to you. And if there's something constructive in there where I can build it in my life, and I can say, you know what, I'm going to take this because there's value in that, and I'm going to add it to me, then I will add it to me. I will definitely add it to me, because it's genuine and it's something that's positive, constructive criticism. But if it's not, on the other hand, and it's just completely negative, then I don't need to add it to what I think my truth is, or what I feel, what I resonate with what my truth is. Why would I do that when I'm the one who knows me the best? And in this journey of acceptance, it's been one of the most freeing things, because I come back here to this recovery place, and what I see and what I feel, I go around and I'm able to be open with other people and share my vulnerabilities. And if somebody is judging me, I'm able to just say, okay, I accept it. You have the right to have your opinion. And when I look in the mirror for the first time in my life, finally I know who I am. Up here is connected with the rest of me. My soul, my body, my mind, my spirit, everything is all connected on the same page. We're all on the same level with who Michael is now. And that is one of the greatest experiences, because now all of these other things, these negative things that come and people, it's not going to bother me. I'm not going to internalize it. And before, what I used to do, my regular space has been negative. My thoughts about myself have been negative. Whether it's I'm ugly, I'm not good enough, I think that people don't like me. All those things were like an internalization of where my head was really at, myself. And so if somebody was to say something negative, somebody was to judge me by something that they think, I would internalize it, because that's already my truth. It resonates with my energy, and like energy attracts like energy. It magnetized to me. And if somebody used to say something like, man, you're good at this, like, I really appreciate you, or any sort of compliment, it was really like, oh, okay, like, I appreciate it, thank you. But it was one of the most hardest, difficult things to internalize, because it really wasn't my truth. I had to fight through all of these negative spaces in my head to get that to resonate in my heart. And it's so incredibly difficult to get done, because it wasn't my truth. And so now what I do is I internalize that, because my new truth is starting to say, Michael, you're great. You're all of these good things. And it's not egotistical to say that, to say positive, enlightening, amazing, uplifting things about yourself. If you can notice the good things about yourself, kudos, because it's so much easier to notice the negative. And now once you do internalize and cement those positive things, when I do cement those positive things of myself, these negative things, if they do hold any type of weight, chisel away the statue, make it a little bit more closer to where I want to be at. And that's okay, that's okay. Then the negative things don't become negative things, they become constructive things. And the ones that are really negative, then they don't hold any weight in my heart, because they don't need to. They have no space in there. They're not part of the truth. I can really filter that out as a lie. So accepting myself for who that I am and the image that I've had in here, one of the most beautiful experiences that I've ever been through. And so I hope that, by sharing that with anybody, they can really internalize it and, into the fiber of their being, into their heart, into their soul, and really use that information of accepting yourself really to recover yourself. You know what I'm saying?